Hello and welcome to this room again, and today we are here because I want to tell you more about the brand new Edifier S1000MKII, or it's called the S1000MKII in its official name. So this speaker, I've been using it for I think more than a month now, and I am here to give you my full review of this new bookshelf speaker right here. Before we begin, we should address something first. So this review of the S1000MKII will be more towards a beginner's first step towards high-res audio in terms of bookshelf speakers, because I was using the Edifier C3 for more than 10 years now actually. Yeah, that speaker is still working and I gave it to my mom actually. It's still working fine. And I thought it's a time to upgrade recently, so I picked up the S1000MKII directly from China. Hence, the box itself is all written in Chinese and all of the controls are also in Chinese. So one of the reasons why I picked up the S1000MKII is because I have less components to deal with. So I do have more space on my desk with these two new speakers now, by the way. And I don't have to deal with the amplifier and also the subwoofer. Well, the subwoofer does give more bass, but we'll get into this later. So when we unbox the S1000MKII, we do get a remote control, double AAA batteries, so it's double of those tiny little batteries, and then you also have a optical audio cable, standard Toslink, and then an RCA to 3.5mm headphone jack and a 5-pin XLR cable. Then let's take a look at the back of the right side satellite here, because that's where all the control panels are. And there are a total of 5 different inputs. So you have double RCA inputs, one digital SPDIF with Toslink cable, which is what the optical cable is used for, and I'm using that now actually. And there's also a digital coaxial input and a Bluetooth 5.0 with aptX and aptX HD support. So yeah, you can literally use whatever device you want with this speaker right here. If you have a tablet or your phone, you can connect it via the headphone jack or Bluetooth, or maybe you just want to hook it up to your desktop PC with a better sound card using the Toslink cable, or maybe just 3.5mm headphone jack to your PC as well. And looking at the back of the control panel, there are also 3 more dials here. So from top to bottom, we have the volume control, treble control, and also bass control. So I'd like to transition here and talk about the remote control itself. So this remote control does quite a lot of things out of the box. You have your power button, your mute button, your multiple input selection, all 5 of them are here, and also your volume and track controls. However, there are no treble or bass control on this remote control itself, so you have to do a reach around to the back of the right side of that speaker to turn that dial. And I find that to be kind of annoying, even though these are the settings that you will just touch once and you won't touch it again. I just kind of find it that why not just implement it on the remote control itself, right? So to set up this speaker, it's fairly simple. Just connect the right side to the power jack and then use the included 5-pin XLR cable to connect from the right satellite all the way to the left satellite, and then everything is good to go. It's just that simple. And when I set up the speakers, I do realize that this speaker itself, the S1000MKII, is slightly angled. It is not perpendicular to the table, it's slightly angled. And yeah, this is something that I would really wish for my speakers for my desktop setup, because I sit at about 50 to 70 centimeters away from my speakers, and the angle makes it so that all the sound produced is directly aimed towards my ears and not my chest. And this could be a problem if you are going to use the S1000MKII for your TV, because you're going to sit further away than a desktop setup like this, and the sound might be hitting the ceiling and reflecting to your ears instead. And now comes the sound quality of the S1000MKII. And I am comparing this to the Edifier C3 that I've been using for more than 10 years. So this speaker right here, it is much more, how do I describe this? I think the correct word would be higher fidelity, because for some reason they are just sounding so much more natural. In terms of my big band jazz, I can hear the instruments, all the crescendos and all the vibratos. It just sounds so good, and the fidelity is just going to make all of the instruments sound pop, and it's just much more natural to listen to. And of course, all the trumpets and flutes with all the clarity, and the treble is also sounding really nice, and the highs really do sparkle, but it doesn't sparkle as much to the point that it's annoying. And the bass, it's still very apparent, And once again, I'm using everything with the bass and treble set at 0. However, you can do a reach around at the back of the speaker to tune it to the maximum, and I did that once, and the bass really did make my whole table vibrate on its own. And this set of speaker actually changes how I experience electronically made music. For example, let's just say EDM for example, and maybe dubstep. All of those sounds are synthetic, and it just sounds so rigid as all the sound just instantly drops off and hits you like a bullet. And it just feels so unnatural to listen to, because that higher fidelity really makes all of those abrupt changes in sound very apparent. So all in all, I really do love the S1000 Mark II. This speaker is only priced at about 1,299 ringgit. And remember, I have used Edifier speakers in the past for more than 10 years, and I wouldn't expect less from this set of speakers as well. So yeah, they are sounding really good right now, and over time when the diaphragm gets even looser, I would expect the sound quality to be even a tad bit better than what I am currently listening to. So yeah, speakers are a good investment, especially if you listen to a lot of music, you do a lot of sound work maybe, I don't know, or maybe you just edit videos, or maybe you're like me, you don't really like to wear headphones or earphones for a long period of time and you just like to use speakers. And that is all we have to say about the Edifier S1000 Mark II. I highly recommend this set of speakers. If you want a higher end version, there's also the S2000 and S3000 series, which I will leave all the links down in the description below, and we will see you in the next video. Maybe we'll film here as well because of the whole human malware thing, and yeah, we'll see you next time.